In this video, I will be demonstrating a typical transaction with GST features. At the end of the video, I will also show you how a tax invoice with GST details look like, as well as talk about the required fields for GST filing. We will first start off with taking a look at the stock items. Click on the search button to open up the list of existing stocks. Now take a look at this item.
Do not be alarmed to see the GST fields not filled in.
Accounting software will automatically apply these GST settings on the 1st of April 2015. Hence, users will not need to manually fill in these fields unless they would like to change the default tax code. The GST accounting software is very intelligent because it will apply the GST tax codes according to default priority settings. Even if the tax code here are empty, the system will still follow the default tax code. In this example, standard rated is the default tax code. Thus, you are not required to assign any tax code here, because when we issue an invoice for this stock item, the default tax code SR will be assigned automatically. We understand that most of the stock items are standard rated. Optimum sets the default of all the stock items to standard rated, and users can also change the priority of the default settings in this screen. If your company is not supplying standard rated supply, you can change the default in the tax code maintenance. If your company is supplying mostly zero rated supply, you can set the default to ZRL. But in this example, this company is supplying mostly standard rated supply. Therefore, the default tax code is set to SR. Assuming your company has more than thousands of stock items, you are not required to assign the tax code to those standard rated stock items one by one. You are only required to assign the tax code of other than the standard rated stock items. In this example, X grade A is a zero rated item. Thus, you are required to assign ZRL to this stock item. Fried chicken is a standard rated item. Therefore, the output tax SR is automatically filled in. Now let's try to issue a sales invoice. Click on the Sales menu in the navigation panel, then click on Sales Invoice. I will issue this invoice to Advanced Trading Sdn. For this transaction, I will show you two different GST categories items. The first will be grade AX, 10 units, that is zero rated. And the second, fried chicken, which is standard rated, 5 pieces. You can double check the tax rate applied to each item in the tax rate column, and the total tax for an item at the tax amount column. Now let's preview the tax invoice. This tax invoice is issued to Advanced Trading Sdn. Here is the address and the invoice number. The GST percentage and amount for each item is clearly printed for easy reference. At the bottom of the invoice, the total before and after GST is also shown clearly. Users can now export the invoice to various formats of their liking. Now I will show you the difference between before and after implementation of GST in the tax invoice. Take note of the document date. It is now before the implementation of GST. Now notice that the GST settings has not been applied yet. Now let's change the date to 1st of April 2015. You can see that the fried chicken now has GST charges. Back to the sales invoice. The GST breakdown for each item is clearly shown here, as well as the total taxable amount and total tax to be paid. Clearly, the accounting software is powerful and user-friendly.
Next, let's take a look at the requirements of a source document for GST filing. The first would be the issuing company name, address, and GST registration number. The second, the word tax invoice must be clearly printed. The tax invoice number and date must be printed as well. The fourth, customer's name and address must be shown. The fifth, the description of goods or services supplied, the total before GST, total GST amount, and the total including GST. Finally, a tax invoice issued using accounting software will also show the breakdown of each GST category for easy reference. Thank you for watching.